All right, good to have you as we continue the conversation. High energy costs. It's getting everybody's attention. If you're trying to heat your home right now, you've seen the big snowstorms in Virginia. You've seen the big dumps in California. Piles of snow coming to the Great Lakes today. I mean, it's cold. The snow's piling up and it's windy. Adds up to a really big heating bill for the winter. Derek Holly is a Project 21 member, president of Reaching America, a nonprofit group that he founded that addresses issues affecting the black community, such as criminal justice reform, occupational licensing, energy poverty, and free speech. Well, let's have a little free speech here, sir, about energy poverty. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate you, Steve.
Well, Derek, I mean, the biggest tax on people that can least afford it is inflation. Right now, in Michigan, where I live, where more people rely on propane to heat their homes than any other state, the cost of propane is up more than 50% over this time of year ago, up more than $1 a gallon. This is real for people. You go into places of urban areas, electric prices going up, energy prices going up, the water bill going up. I mean, this is real money affecting real families across this country. And it doesn't matter if you're black or white, but if you're not wealthy or well off, or you're trying to survive on minimum wage or a government check of some sort, it's tough out there, isn't it?
It's very tough. And Steve, one of the things I've talked about, I've gone before Congress 5 times to get witness testimony. And one of the things I talk about is energy poverty, which occurs when individuals and families are unable to afford basic heating, electric, and now gas needs. And as you said and pointed out, it's not a white or black issue, it's an American issue. And there are a lot of people out here struggling right now. And you also alluded to the snowstorm that just hit Washington, D.C. and Maryland. I was impacted by that myself. My power went out for hours. The question I have, though, am I going to be compensated or any kind of way for the hours that my power was out? But in addition to that, man, it's just extremely difficult right now in terms of the prices at the gas pump and what we're seeing to pay for electricity.
Yeah, let me help you with the answer. No, you're not going to be compensated for any of that. I just wanted to help you out. The answer is no. But here, let's look at some real-world results of bulldozing every coal-fired power plant, like we're doing in America right now. While China's building 120 coal-fired power plants in their country and around the world, we're bulldozing ours. In Europe, they're refiring coal-fired power plants in Germany. Why? Because the price of electricity went up 5 times. I'm surrounded by Ontario here in Michigan. Hopefully the Canadians won't fix to invade anytime soon. But I'm surrounded by Ontario here, a province that's got rid of all of its coal-fired power plants. Its energy rates, electric rates have gone up 3 to 5 times in the last 4 years. It is ridiculous, the amount of money that people are paying in some countries because they got rid of their energy system and their energy sector. You talk about energy poverty. It is the darkening of America. We're all going to be sitting around with candles pretty soon, Derek.
Absolutely. You know, when I first graduated from college, I actually worked for Norfolk Southern Railroad as a brakeman. I was out switching tracks and all that kind of stuff. But our job and responsibility was loading coal ships that transported coal all around the world. And it begs the question, and I said this in an op-ed a couple of years ago, if our in 2019, we became the #1 exporter of oil and natural gas in the world. And it begs the question, if our natural resources are worthy enough for the rest of the world, and coming its own. And like I said, when I worked for Norfolk Southern, we transported coal, Steve, all around the world to all these different countries. And right now, coal is still about 28 to 29% of our total energy mix. But people don't know that. And this left will not, the narrative that they're driving, they will not allow people to even consider or even think that coal is still part of our energy mix.
Oh, it's part of the energy mix, make no mistake, but it needs to be because of energy density. I've got bad news for you. All of that snow and ice we just talked about, I can tell you when you drive through Michigan, through places like Ithaca and Mount Pleasant, and you see all of these windmills, when it's 10 degrees and snowing, they're not turning. It doesn't matter if the wind's going 60 miles an hour. The snow and ice stop the windmills right where they are. When you need energy most, you get the least. That's a fact.
Exactly. And the thing about it is, what they won't even acknowledge is even as we want to transition, as they want to this renewable thing, we still got to have natural gas. And natural gas, I mean, it's clean. We have it in abundance. It's affordable. It's reliable. And we consider that natural gas right now, From last year, people are going to be paying upwards of 30 to 35% more for natural gas. And as you pointed out, propane, 54 to 57% higher than it was last year. And a gallon of gas right now is $1.30 than what it was last year. So it's very difficult for the average American to could absorb these kind of prices. And you're showing these prices right now. I filled up. That's a low. That's actually low right there. 429, 479 is more in line with what we're planning right here in Washington, D.C.
No question. Derek Holly with me from Project 21. Derek Holly. 54% increase in propane, 34% increase in natural gas, a 40% increase in heating oil. You forgot that one. And of those three items, that's 94% of all the heating done in America in the winter. 6% is done by electricity, but 94% oil, heating oil, natural gas, and propane. And we're getting killed because of it. I'm looking at the numbers here right now. Brent crude, by the way, just surpassed $80 a barrel again. We're on our way to $4 a gallon gas, $5 a gallon gas. It's all fine and well that incomes are increasing, but when it's all destroyed by this transitory inflation, it's not good for anybody. Derek, I'll give you the last word.
Well, I think first and foremost, this administration has got to stop with the blame game and take responsibility for what's really, really going on. And so the bottom line, what's happening in this country is a direct result of the policies that are coming out of this administration. And the first and foremost, when the first day Biden got into office, was shutting down the Keystone Pipeline. And that was the beginning of this disastrous policy and almost trying to shut down the oil and gas industry here in America. And it just makes no sense when we have such an abundance
policies
of reliable resources here.
Yeah, bad policies result in bad outcomes. Derek Holly, thank you for being here. I look forward to talking to you again, sir, very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve. I appreciate you.
There you have it. I appreciate you, Derek. I appreciate Project 21. Smart people. Just smart. I like being around smart people. That's what I prefer.